Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
woo, welcome to the show. I have got Heather with me and I've got Shari with me. Yes, two of my most favorite ladies. Ugh,
Oops.
yay. Whoop,
Once you
whoop.
say that, my light goes out. Wow, that was weird.
Oh,
Oops. There we go.
I wasn't lying.
Oh, no, my
I was
light went
telling
out.
the
No, just kidding. I have one of those touch lamps. So I accidentally hit it so that I make sure I'm not causing any echo. Make sure my volume was down. But exactly as you said that, and the lights went out.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I was telling the truth.
It's fun.
Anyway,
I know you are. I wasn't playing anything else.
we are here to talk about TWA Flight
I can't hear.
800. I was watching a program on Paramount Plus last week about that. It's a program called FBI True, where they get the actual people that worked on the case from the FBI. And at the end of the program, my guide said, "You need to do a show on this because there's something more to this." So they want us to find out. So this is why I did it. Hi, Kathy G. Oh, hey, Tangy. Whoop, whoop. But I'm only going to say like the most basic of basic info, not the heavy duty that I found out. Okay. But okay. The flight left JFK Airport and they were going to go to Rome. And it crashed like minutes later, just in the water, right next to New York. It had just taken off and then it goes right back down. And people had seen it go down. All right. So there were.
How horrifying.
Huh?
I said how horrifying. I'm sorry. Just
Oh, well, that's true. I'm sorry. I've got my fan on, so I can't always hear what's being said. I should turn my fan off. Sorry. Hang on. Give me a second.
no, I got mine on. It's warm.
Yeah, I got mine on too. It's hot, man. Just don't
Very
worry
hot.
about it. Just talk louder.
Yeah.
We'll just all talk louder.
Okay.
Tangy, that's
she can't.
because some of us may be multi-streaming. I don't multi-stream, but you may not see everybody. Only
Yeah.
whoever's chatting.
I'm the only one multi-streaming, and that was Kathy's the only one that's checked in so far. So
I can see. I can see everybody because this is my.
yeah.
This is my.
In
Yeah.
in the StreamYard chat, we can see everybody. But
Yeah.
if you're in one of the chats, you're not going to see who's in the other chats. So
Yeah.
Right.
just a heads up, we're not making up people. If you're like, well,
No,
who's
no,
that?
they're not popping out of nowhere.
We're hallucinating.
But yeah. Where was I? Help me, guides. Where was I?
Sorry, honey.
It just
2
crashed
minutes
after
after
taking
it
off.
took off, it rolled and it went right into the ocean. That's right.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. There were 230 people on board. No one survived. There were 18 crew and the rest were passengers. There were 16 students with 5 chaperones from a French club from Pennsylvania. Yeah, which is very sad. They were on
What
their
was their
way to
destination?
Rome.
Rome? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they were going to
Yeah, I dated a
Rome.
guy in high school who was in the French club. He was actually president one year.
Yeah, they were on their way to Rome for some uh uh for some uh competition or something. Uh yeah, it's just it's very, very uh um but the F and the FBI did their own uh uh the FBI did their own investigation and the airline did their own investigation. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, um, so those are just the little tidbits, the little minor tidbits, and let's see what we pick up.
So are we supposed to pull cards
What's
now
our-
on the FBI investigation first and then the airlines, or what do you want us to, so we have something a little bit more?
Yeah, that
the
was
I
our
pulled a few
question. What's
cards
our
before.
first question?
Yeah, the FBI, they what they did was they actually got like 97% of the plane back and reconstructed the plane in a warehouse. And the FBI said that to them it looked like terrorism. A terrorist blew up the plane. But the person from the airline said no, it was wear and tear. It just blew up because it was wear and tear. But everyone that called in that saw it blow up said they saw a missile hit it.
Oh, so we got 3 different scenarios. Okay. Well, I'll do
So the
a
FBI
couple
said it
cards
was
for each one of those
terrorists.
scenarios.
Yeah, everyone that
Okay.
called in said they saw a missile hit it. The FBI said it was terrorist. And the airplane said, no, 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 no. It was just wear and tear. The engines and the gasoline got really, really hot, and it made the plane just go boom and kill everybody instantly.
Yeah,
Now
one of
that
the
doesn't make sense
videos,
off the bat.
I watched on that talked about how the main, I guess, gas thing that holds the fuel, the main fuselage that holds a majority of the fuel was empty because it didn't need to be filled up. But others came along and said it wasn't properly vented, which causes those gases and stuff that's trapped in there to start reacting as the plane starts ascending. And evidently, it's right next to another section of the plane that heats up and gets it up and going. And so they're saying that's what this one video I watched said, that's what set it off.
But they decided not to listen to the FBI or the people who called in, and the airline put out their own, and they went with the airline.
Yeah. Now the videos I saw on it were kind of, I mean, I only watched 2 little short, like 15-minute videos on it that were made like way back when the accident happened. And they made it sound like, I mean, listening to it, it's like it was a real stretch trying to believe what they said they decided caused this explosion. So,
yeah, when I heard that, because FBI True, which is on Paramount Plus, they got the main guy who headed the investigation in the FBI. He's like, what what the airline investigator said just did not ring true with us. You know, they're not listening to us. There's no. So when I listened to that, my guides were like, my ears started ringing really, really loud and really, really bad, which means something major. And they're like, you need to do a show. So when they tell me to do something like that, you listen, you know? So here I am with you two wonderful ladies.
So really quick, Amy, I laid cards out and I'm getting it strong that it was a terrorist attack. And the cards are showing, for Boeing, they're just, they're covering it up. And so I decided to ask my pendulum to kind of go and ask the same questions. And I asked if it was what the FBI believe it was, it a terrorist attack, and I got my swing for yes. And I asked if Boeing was trying to cover it, and I got I go, no, I didn't say that. I asked if the plane went down because of malfunction, on the plane, and I got a no. So it had nothing to do with the condition of the plane, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But that's what I'm
Right.
getting showing in the cards and on my pendulum, because the initial ones that I got out was now I got an Empress in the beginning. I'm not sure if somebody involved in a case or this may have been a spirit of a passenger that was coming through. But I got a strong feminine energy. The Empress is all about foundation and nurturing. Next card I did get was Death, of course. I got the Lovers. So apparently this was something for me. Lovers means a relationship working together on something. So I'm feeling like this was a cooperation of or people, because I still feel like what the cards were saying is, it was some sort of terrorist attack. I didn't ask about a missile, but I did get also the Hermit. And in this deck, she's showing the light. She's saying, yes, this is, lighting the way, saying this is in the right direction. And the Four of Wands is about foundation. So the crash happening, there's a foundation in place for that to be what happened. That, this was
Oh, Tangi said your audio and video are off. Heather.
No, it's not.
No, I
It's
see her.
not.
I got it up on the website. She's good.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Yeah. Good to see you. Hey,
and
Geek
so
Hillbilly. Good to see you.
The Chariot.
Thank you for coming, ladies.
There you go. So I also got the Chariot that came flying out. So of course, again, the Chariot represents movement, traveling, and it's in the air. So for me, this represents the plane. Justice. They still want justice. And Ten of Cups, it's supposed to be, Ten of Cups, emotional, joyous celebration, but there was still a lot of emotion behind this. A lot of it needs to come out. And I also got for coming down with the plane, I got Five of Cups again. Well, I got Five of Cups. I also got Eight of Cups, which means walking away, moving away. And then I have the Knight of Wands. And for me, with this deck, I look more at the images and then the numbers. And here, there's that big burst of fire in the air. And she's turning around, she's looking at you saying, you know exactly what happened. So this was not an accident. And for the plane company itself, I got the Star, which is kind of like celebrity publicity, for me in this case. Looking here, this is our answer. Ace of Swords. This is what we think went on. But then I did get the Five of Pentacles. Again, another Five. Pentacles means, for that, it's, what usually it's for, people with a sense of lack. You typically see, the people out in the snow with, the church behind them. But with her, she's basically lost, pretty much everything. So for me, that means that this the story behind them is lacking. And I did get the son again as well. And I think the truth is eventually, I think because I think a lot of people are going to start trying to shed a light on what happened. But at the same time, again, there's that kind of that bright light in the sky. Again, makes me think of the explosion of the plane. So I'm thinking it's more in terms of what the FBI and what people saw on the ground. And I'll leave those cards at that until you want us to maybe shuffle a different.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I started out with I pulled from the Scott's ET deck, and the first thing I pulled was time to transition to a higher dimension. So I think that's just Spirit's way of letting us know that those that were on that plane immediately transitioned. I think that they were not held in place. Then I pulled the Eight of Cups, which is disappointment, disillusionment, walking away, giving up, that general. And then the Two of Swords, decision to make. So they had a decision. Who are we going to go with? The FBI's results or the airline's results? So there's your decision. And what they made, I pulled the Nine of Swords. They made the decision to go with the airline, but that provides a lot of high anxiety because I think that they know that's not the truth, is what I'm getting. And this is going to be on a knife's edge. I mean, what they're finding out is going to cut like a knife, but it's also going to be on a knife's edge. Just. I also pulled the Poet. So you got somebody who has the ability of wordsmithing, of being able to spin the story into the direction that they want it to go in. But it ended all with Graveyard. And so now you've got people filling a graveyard. You've got the plane in a plane graveyard being looked over by, I feel like it's saying it's being looked over by iffy characters. Like I said, there's a lot of anxiety with this, and decisions to be made, and a lot of abandonment, disillusionment, walking away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just
I got that same card too.
Yeah, and like I said, I watched two little 15-minute videos on YouTube that kind of were released right after the accident, and so they were very much pushing the airline's explanation of what was going on. And just watching those two little short videos, I remember sitting and thinking to myself, something doesn't feel right. It just didn't. It was like they were really stretching to make their storyline fit into what they wanted it to say. Yeah, Shari, you got in here a little late. The airline claims that there was some kind of a fuel issue which caused the plane to just explode after takeoff. However, the FBI, when examining the damaged plane after they got all the parts back, said that there looked to be evidence of it being hit with a missile. There were people who called in to 911 when it happened, who saw it blow up, who said that they saw a missile hit this plane.
Yep.
So and there's your two sides. Who's telling the truth? The airline, of course, decided to go with their people.
The less scary one.
Do we know if any of the families ever sued or anything? I mean,
As far as
I
I
don't know,
know, I don't
but
think
that
so.
justice, nope, that justice card came out again. That they want justice. The families, those who
Hmm.
died on that plane, they want justice.
They do. They
can you
do.
blame?
Yeah, we the ones. Yep, everything's all fired up. Yep,
Sorry, I dropped
and I
while you
actually
were
got.
talking. I dropped my cards, so I have to reshuffle. I had to do a 78 card pickup.
I also got the devil card
That's
too.
always
Six
fun.
of Wands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember it now? Okay,
Oops.
good,
So
Sheree.
they're playing people the fool.
When I watched the two videos, it was like I vaguely remember
Hi,
hearing
Tina.
about it. I don't. What year was this again that it happened?
Oh, hey, strong
96.
woman.
I'm
And
sorry,
this,
96.
yeah, it
19,
happened in '96. Yep, right,
1996.
like not too far from 9/11. I mean, these
No,
were the same. Yeah, these were all the same groups
it
of guys
happened
that did
shortly
all the.
after. It happened shortly after the first attempt on the trade
Mhm.
towers of blowing the bomb up in the parking thing under the buildings.
Yeah, all these
They thought if they
planes.
blew up in the parking lot, it would make everything fall down, and it didn't do anything but just damage the parking area.
Yeah,
Um,
all these attacks on the planes in '96 and stuff were done by the Taliban and
yeah, they were pretty pissed off at us.
well, I just got
yeah.
the tower card came flying out. I actually just did see a video recently on YouTube. There are people who were there on 9, and I know this isn't about 9/11. I don't want to draw, YouTube's attention to Amy, but there is a video. She spoke with somebody who is a part of a group of people, especially individuals who are very familiar with demolition, that said the way that the towers went down, they shouldn't have, and the way they went down is very similar to a controlled explosion when they demolate, buildings to make way for, new ones to come in. So that's as far as I'll go on that one, but that's a very insightful, very interesting video. And it's been people working together for years who are there and speaking, engineers. So I think a lot of this is all tied in. And I'll just, but we were talking about the towers and stuff. I got the tower car came flying out. So, um,
But I was gonna say
we're
the
on the right
first
track.
I remember the first card I pulled before I dropped all my cards the last time was the moon. So no, it was not, an accident.
Mm-hmm.
It was a terrorist. It was done by terrorists because the moon is a no card. Um, it was not. Yeah, it was done by terrorists. The FBI was right. They should have listened to the FBI. That's what that's the feeling I get. But um, of course, they didn't really want to listen to the FBI because they want to go with the, oh no, nothing's wrong. Yeah. That always, you know, yeah. And the next card I pull um is the Page of Cups. They went out with
Mm-hmm.
the idea of this kind of explanation because they want like the safest. They went the safest route. You know, oh, nothing's wrong. It was just wear and tear. Don't worry. You know. Yeah, right. we're not that stupid. You know. So but the next card is, oh, hello to everybody who just popped in. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Yep, we had
Huh?
Geek Hillbilly popped in. Dina, Shari
Hello,
popped
hello,
in.
hello.
Yeah.
The next card I pulled is new beginning, good news, physically starting something, the Ace of Wands. So I think with this new investigation that the families want to start, they're going to finally actually listen to the information that the FBI had, and they're going to actually see, oh goodness, it wasn't because of the plane's wear and tear, it was actually because of this. And I think the airlines are going to, entertainment purposes only, I get the feeling the airlines are going to eventually say, we apologize. And because there are going to be a lot of PO'd people, so they're going to do everything they
And
can to keep. Yeah. So they're going to do everything they can to keep these pissed off people from coming for them any more than they're going to. And I maybe even monetary. I just got the words monetary settlement come into my head. So that might even happen.
And Amy,
Yeah,
by
it can take years and years and years on big cases like this. When you
Yeah.
get families that sue for restitution, so to speak, it's completely different than say like a criminal trial or anything. From my
Yeah.
understanding, I mean, not that I'm a lawyer or all that versed in law, but I know that there are lawsuits that, regardless of what a criminal adjudication may say, there is always like another step families can take for restitution by making it I think they call it like a civil case or a personal case, something
Yeah,
like
civil
that.
case.
So
And
that
it's because of this loss, grief,
right,
yeah, I
Jeff?
get that too.
I don't know if you can hear me.
5 of Cups. I mean, and they're doing it because of this loss and grief, and they're ticked off, and we want to know the truth. I mean, if I was in their place, I'd want to have that too.
And Amy, I don't know if you saw, but Dina said that she believes that she saw. She put a comment and she goes, "Weren't there some blood specialist doctors on that flight?" She believes that she heard. I'm not sure. Do you remember seeing that? You were Shari in the videos, but she thinks that there was blood doctors on that flight.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe that had something to do with
There were
that
what
as
kind
well.
of doctors?
Blood specialists. She goes, there were blood doctors, blood specialists.
Like
I wasn't
DNA
aware of that.
specialists or something?
I don't know. And I know that Geek Hillbilly also mentioned that over 100 people witnessed a missile rising from a beach area, and yet that was completely ignored too. You know, the missile from the people on the ground. So yeah, there was no way that this was an accident.
no, because I
And I
do
just keep
know
getting
that
the same cards over and over again.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that they had a list of, I found a list of some of the people that were on there, like, some well-known people, like there was a French hockey player that was a famous French hockey player that was on the flight at the time. There was,
No, Sharice
and,
Post has a
huh?
list. Sharice
Oh,
says Washington Post has a list of the, I guess, of all the. I mean, when you're looking at
oh,
something like
Wikipedia.
that, it
Yeah.
might be a deliberate attack or a deliberate, uh, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the first thing I would think you would want to look at would be who was on the plane and who are they connected to. You know, not just themselves, but what if it's the spouse of someone or the child of someone or the brother or sister or parent of someone that's being targeted for to make a point, you know, like if you don't do what
Yeah.
we want, we can get your family, and then boom, a plane blows up and your spouse dies or your kid dies. I mean, you know, they have to look at that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there could be that kind of information that maybe is why the FBI went with the the final judgment on what they went with that was so opposite from what the airline had.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, even Andy Warhol's partner, 12 years, was on that flight.
Not say that's somebody that, well, most people would think, well, he that could have been what my poet card was. Andy Warhol was uh, an author, artist, uh,
He was.
and
Yeah.
so you know that's not to say that there wasn't somebody trying to get something out of him. He decided to strike by taking out, you know, his significant other or you know whatever. I mean, it's just
It's unbelievable because I knew there was a reason why.
it's a deliberate attack because of a passenger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
And I hope,
While
you know,
back and forth is yes for me. I mean, it started going yes before I even formed the question all the way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And for those that don't know, when I do my pendulum, I brace my elbow on my fist so that my arm is not freestanding. It's braced. So was there someone on the passenger list that was targeted?
Mm-hmm.
There it goes again. Big old yes. So, I mean, it could have been anyone from the pilot to
Maybe one of those doctors.
one of the doctors. It could have been somebody in that French school group. You know, if those kids had enough money to travel to France, that means they came from money. It means their parents have money to spare.
Italy, they were going to Rome.
Italy, right? Okay. I mean, that could have been a mob hit.
Yeah, they were a French club going to Rome. Figure
They were
that
an
one out.
American French club or a French club.
They were from Pennsylvania, a high
Okay, they
school in
were an American
Pennsylvania.
French club. Okay, so if they were
Yeah.
an American French club that was traveling to Rome, that takes money. I mean, students have to pay for that when they go, unless they get sponsors that pay their way, which means that, you know, mama and daddy are footing the bill. So,
Yeah.
which usually
I-
means
Yeah.
mama and daddy have money. So
and they
Yeah,
had like
one of my
5
cards.
chaperones.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Heather?
I didn't mean to interrupt. My apologies, ladies. No, I just got the Four of Swords, and in this card here, it shows a clock on it too. So, and if you look at it, it's 12 minutes to the hour. The plane went down 12 minutes after taking off. So I thought that was interesting. It's very close to the 12 minutes. And then my middle card is 10 of Pentacles, which is, a lot of money. But in this card too, because of the deck, it looks like this individual body parts and there's blood like in the water. I know they're not the
Yes.
most pleasant, but that's why I use that. And I got the 7 of Cups walking away and leaving. So it definitely did have something to do with people on the plane. And when I asked about the doctors, those are the cards that I had. So whether or not it's, because of the doctors, I mean, I got that 10 of Pentacles right smack in the middle with
Yeah.
the red,
I'm
looking
getting
like a
that
river of
whoever or
blood.
whatever it was hot. This person was somebody hot. Somebody that they were, for whatever reason, whoever was the target.
Was like a hot commodity that needed to be taken out in their eyes.
Involved in something that was hot. I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean they were doing anything illegal, but
Taken down.
what if they had evidence of somebody else doing something illegal? I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
And
Where's this doctor?
to answer you, Shaw woman, they were going from New York to Rome.
whoever it was that was behind it was a devotee. Somebody that believed in what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're
Yeah.
talking terrorist attack, you're talking about people who really believe in what it is they're doing.
Like indoctrinated.
Yeah, we got a whole country full of them now. Listen to Fox News for entertainment purposes only. YouTube.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So
But
I was asking
take
about
what
the
Fox
doctors.
News says. Huh?
Yeah, I was asking my pendulum about the doctors, and I got a strong circle for the doctors. I asked if it had anything to do with the country of Rome, and I got a strong no. So it had to do with something with the doctors. You know, you know. I can maybe later on when we're done write down some more detailed
Yeah, and
questions.
because of the fact that
more.
these were devotees that were behind this, they're expecting resurrection. They're expecting, their God to come down and say, "Yay, you did the right thing."
Well,
Five of
it's
Swords,
like,
as Sherry was saying that.
yeah, it's in the beginning, the FBI
Sword.
knew it was a terrorist attack or something, but they weren't listening to them. So I'm sure the FBI knows or has an idea who did it.
Yep.
Well,
They're
it
just
could
not.
be a reason why the airline did not want to go that route. I mean, but usually when you have something like that, the airline usually doesn't have any power or say so in the investigation of it. That doesn't ring true for me, because usually when something like that happens, they call in the NTBS, and they're the ones that come in and do the reconstruction of the plane and everything around it. And you've got experts from like all these different fields, from human anatomy to engineering people, that come in and talk about,
Now sorry, Sherry, go ahead, sweetheart.
who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I accidentally. I thought you were done and I started talking. I accidentally cut you off.
No, I kind of finished my thought and then I forgot the rest of what I was going to say.
But just really
Must
quick
not have
with
been
the Five
important.
of Pentacles in this deck, what really stands out is I was on top and I fell down. I think I was greedy and obsessed with money. So again, it's had to do with people with money. I know Dina said Bristol Myers. I'm not sure if that was the yeah, Judith 50. You know, I did get a woman in my initial spread. 53. Oh my goodness, my age. Former personal executive with Bristol Myers Corp. Okay, she
Mhm.
might have known something too, but like I got it's my last in a five, and in the middle was the Page of Swords. So somebody
And
definitely known it's coming.
somebody in chat from earlier said something about 1996. Why did it take so long? Okay, I was just sitting here thinking about that and I shuffled and pulled. It says patience is a virtue, but under it says trust the timing.
Mhm.
So there could be a reason why it's taken this long. You know, we have to trust the timing on that. I mean, maybe there wasn't the proper equipment at the time that could have divulged what it would be.
Mhm.
Yep, getting same cards again. Got the Devil. These cards are flying. Just I shuffle and they come flying out. I got the Devil again. I got the Lovers, which means this was a relationship. This was worked on. This was put together. I got the Wheel of Fortune. This was fated. And I got the last card. I got Justice. So the person who did this felt they hoping also that this means that the victims and a family will get justice. So, and then on the bottom was Ace of Cups.
Sonia,
So
Sonia.
hopefully brand new.
But
So
I pulled from my new Celtic Goddesses deck. I pulled Kundry, and she represents. She's the goddess of enlightenment. Um, if since they, if you know, they waited this long, I okay, thank you. They waited this long because, like Sherry said, they wanted to have everything done and dusted, all the information right there in front of them, irrefutable. You can't say no to it, and that way they could be enlightened by what they see. Right, enlightenment. Um, and also I pulled okay, this is a new one I've never heard of. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Please forgive me. Um ha, hab goddess, goddess habitat or habitrope. Um Goddess of healing. Once this is done and everything is all said and done and everybody knows the truth, the family will finally be able to close, just heal the way they need to heal, and it'll close properly as much as it can. So,
You know, I pull the Nine of Wands, courage, persistence, don't let it go.
right.
And then the magician has use of all of the elements uh, of all of those suits, of the all of the things of tarot. You know, the magician has power over all of them. And then it ends with the Six of Cups, which is happy memories. Um, some joy in there. So, you know, whatever it is they find out, it's I think in the end it'll maybe not necessarily feel joy, but they will feel justified. You know, they will be joyous in finally knowing the truth.
Cheyenne.
Um,
Like Dina, I accidentally deleted one of your comments. It was an accident. I was just scrolling, and the damn thing went up, and and it went faster than I could, and I accidentally deleted. It wasn't intentional. Just letting Dina know in Amy's chat. Sorry about that, Dina.
Hi,
Aw.
Christy.
Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Cheyenne.
Yep, Cheyenne joined us.
I saw you earlier,
Okay, she saw
Sonia,
that.
and I mouthed hi, hi, Sonia. I don't know if you saw me.
Um, Dina had mentioned that she mentioned Judith being the former personnel executive with Bristol Myers. So I just went ahead and pulled some cards, and the pendulum confirmed too that the energy around the plane and with her is really strong with it going down. I got the Seven of Cups. She knew something. That Seven of Cups just sitting there looking down, contemplating with almost kind of like secrets, knowledge. I also got the Knight of Swords, and it just felt like whoever knew. I don't know if she was going to share something or, and this is just hypothetical. This is all alleged. I'm just kind of going along with what the cards and the pendulum had to say. And so I'm feeling like because of the Knight of Swords, usually in most cards, it's a knight moving really fast. Very swift action. And I think that it was quite possible that she reveal something and they may have felt like they had to move fast. And the last card I got was the Ten of Wands. And this young woman is on fire. So I'm just getting, cards that in my pendulum that kind of surround around the energy of the Bristol Myers connection with Judith and possibly with the doctors. So um, I really have no more questions that I can think of that I can the cards, unless somebody in chat wanted to make a recommendation, or Amy, you want to make a recommendation to shuffle on. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Oh, wow.
What are we
Okay.
looking for now?
I'm
I know I'm just waiting to see if Amy had anything else she wanted us to shuffle on.
I wasn't doing cards or anything, but while you were talking, yeah, my new fan. My new fan. Um,
I like it.
oh, thank you. Thank you. While you were talking, Heather, I heard, I don't know which passenger it was, but I heard one of them tell me, we want our story to be told. We want our story out there. We want the truth to be told.
Yeah.
Please help us. And I was like, oh, wow. So, um, I was like, oh, I want to cry. So we need to help these people somehow. Maybe this show will help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people might see this, and some people in our chat might say, "Oh, did you see they did readings on? Did you know about the crash?" And they're looking into it, and that might lead to somebody else, and it'll gain a ripple effect. And even if it doesn't necessarily bring them justice, at least it gets their story out there. It gives the victims a voice. That's the
Yeah,
most
I
That's
like what
true.
important,
Shaw Woman
in
said.
my
Shaw
opinion.
Woman says, I'm just not sure it's a coincidence with several of the victims on that flight, possible targets.
Yeah,
True. True.
this wasn't random, not by a
It
long
isn't
shot.
random. No. And Um, I just want to
Chrissy,
say, hmm?
Chrissy had to leave.
Oh, I just want to say, I want to say thank you that they chose me to help get this out and chose the three of us to help get this out. So,
Yeah, because they're heartbroken. This
yeah.
is yeah.
Yeah.
These are the cards I'm looking at.
we're just your vessels to help get the message out. So,
And mainly we just want the truth. That's
yeah.
for the most benevolent good, but also for the truth to come out. And
Hmm.
sometimes it's
Yes.
painful. Um,
Hmm.
sometimes the truth can be very difficult to want to try to, not everybody is ready to see or hear the truth.
And I got the devil card again, but I also got the King of Cups. So this may be
Oh,
somebody who arranged this or was a part of it. That might have been someone that appeared to be very, loving, very, emotionally in place, but secretly this was their other side, male or just an individual with maybe a strong masculine energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they presented themselves as such, but deep down, this was,
Yeah, I got Pleiadian energy of love and healing. So I think that's part of what we're meant to do is to bring that love and healing around to not just the ones who passed, but to their families left behind. Yeah, it's funny, Shaw Woman. They kind of like closed the case in the mid teens, but now all of a sudden it's being brought back up again on a syndicated TV show where lots of people are going to see it. What is the point of that?
Start demanding answers.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it was
true.
interesting. The last cards I pulled, the middle card was the King of Cups, and in this pull, it was the Queen of Cups. So you still have that very strong emotional Ace of Cups. So this was very emotionally charged. It was, and I also got Six of Pentacles. So it was basically money being handed over, one hand paying the other. So, yeah, definitely money involved. Silence had to be done. Somebody or one person or persons, I really think was the focus of.
Yeah, I've read on Flight 370. A couple of times I tried to go into that energy, and it just felt like too fresh. Maybe it was too soon for.
I've been actually thinking about doing that in the next couple of months.
So yeah, I mean, maybe I needed to go through this first before I could take the next step and go to something else. But that's certainly something we can look into reading on.
Yeah. The three of us could go and look into it.
Maybe. Yeah, again, the male, Queen of Wands, something female, Emperor, somebody in high standing, wanted this, and I got Nine of Swords. So, yeah, this was
I got the Knight of Swords.
This wasn't an accident. This was all intentional. Yep, Queen of Swords.
Knight of Swords. Somebody jumped the gun. They just jumped right in there and said, "Oh, we'll take care of it." Boom. Now they're full of regret.
Yep.
Are you talking about Malaysia or?
No,
we're talking about still the
TWA.
same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the Knight of Swords rushing in there. Yeah, we're going to take care of it, and they do it. Now there's regret.
Too. Yep.
Yep. Now there's regret, but it's followed by the Strength card because I don't think they expect to be face to face with the strength from the families of saying we want answers, or of those that died who say we want the truth out. It takes a lot of strength for that, you know.
Yeah. Because if it happened to
Amen.
me and I was up there, I'd want the truth out. You know?
Amy
I mean,
Sherry's
I'd be
comment still
happy
up
up
on the
there,
screen.
but I'd be happy up there, but I would want the truth out.
No, I'm just letting Amy know that Sherry's comment is up there, and I didn't want anyone getting confused if we were reading on 370 or on the TWA. I do that too. Sometimes Tangi's like,
I forget to take it down. Yeah, I do that.
Sorry.
Thank you for letting me know.
I do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 of Cups. I got that too. The regret, you know. There's the water. So I'm getting similar cards to Sherry. Oh.
Oh, I just heard the truth. The truth will be found. The truth will be found. The families will have, you know.
Yeah. Now I just pull the Knight of Wands. I've been pulling knights all night long. Seems like every draw I pulled a knight. And who are the knights? Knights are the ones that go to battle.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that they're the front line. They're the ones doing the fighting. And again, and I'll pull this again, the 9 of Wands, courage, hanging in there, sticking to it, having the courage to see through it, to see it through, I should say.
Well, I do know that the people in the FBI who originally worked on the case still want it to be worked on, still want it to be known. Because that's what the guy said in the show. They're waiting for it to be brought back up. Because he's not happy with they're all not happy with the way it ended.
Yeah.
So
got that knife's edge again. You want to cut through the BS and get to the truth.
So I'm just like, sir, I'm with you. It's like, I am with you. Yeah, this is the year of accountability. It is.
Does anybody look to see who the repairman was on that plane?
Oh, yeah, people who do the baggage and stuff. Those who do the check before they're allowed to go off.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I got the King of Pentacles.
Repairmen tend to be able to get in anywhere they want to get in because people just see somebody with a tool belt and they're here to work on so and so. You open the door and let them in.
Yeah. I got the 5 of Cups again. That keeps popping up. That keeps the sadness, grief, despair. That just keeps. Well, gee, I wonder why that one keeps popping up.
I'm getting in the end when this is all finally over with. It's going to be a rainbow with the families.
Yeah.
They're gonna get their solution.
Mm-hmm.
It could represent healing in place, after after the struggle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I got the 5 of Cups, but right after that, I got the 4 of Wands. Happy family reunion, celebrations. So they're gonna get the truth. The truth is gonna be known. It's gonna be out there. So, yeah, this is it. Don't know when it's going to happen. Don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to, I have a feeling it'll happen soon. I don't know how soon.
Yeah, because
I
timing
just have
is,
a feeling.
it's different on this side than it is on the other. So,
Yeah.
True. True. Their idea of soon is different than our idea of soon. Their soon could be 2 years.
Or
Our
20.
soon is, or 3. Our idea of soon is a week, 2 weeks.
Oh, time is different on the other side than it is,
yeah,
for
it
us.
sure is.
Yeah. Because it passes so quickly over there. You know?
Yeah.
Like a second to them is like a day to us. I think. Isn't it?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't have memories of being on the other side. So we'll find out when we get there. Right?
Well, yeah, we'll find out when we get there. And only when we get there.
Everybody's experience is so different.
But
Beliefs.
but I am looking forward to the day when we do find out. So
That'd
we
be
can take
nice.
its time.
yeah.
I'm in no rush.
Me neither. Yeah. I'll be happy if I live to be about 80 something, 90 something, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm ready.
I'll be happy if I make it to 63. That's my next birthday.
So, that's why you got to take each day at a time. Each day and live it to your fullest as much as
I
possible.
made it to 62. I didn't think I was going to last this damn long. So,
Woo!
now I count every year as a blessing. So,
Yep.
give me through one more. One more.
I figured with all my family members that make it to their 80s and 90s, I'll be lucky, maybe.
Yeah, we have a lot of long life people in my family on my mother's side. People living
Not
up
my
into their
side.
80s and 90s and 100s. And
Wow.
so
We're just,
X-Files for entertainment purposes only.
yeah.
I like that song.
I think my grandma Johnson was 83 when she passed, and I think that's the oldest so far. Everybody else has been relatively young from some sort of heart condition, cancer, or whatever else. So we'll see.
My great grandmother was 98 when she passed. Several of my aunts, except for the ones that got like cancer or something, those that had just a normal life, lived up into their upper 80s or 90s. My mom lived up into her mid 70s. So.
Oh, my nail broke.
Ouch.
Yeah, right down to the nub.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, I do have to go soon, ladies. I'm sorry. It's been a very long day.
That's all right.
Were there anything else that you wanted to pull on really quick, or do you think we covered all of our bases tonight?
We covered all the basics. I think it's.
We did.
I think it's there's still information out there that needs to be.
Oh yeah.
Discovered. And hi, Allison.
Definitely.
Hi, Allison.
Hey, Allison.
Hey. Oh, I also wanted to ask you what we were talking about emailing about. Did you still want to do that eventually?
You talking to me or to Heather?
I don't know what
Heather.
you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart.
The art thing. Painters?
I don't know. I'll get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Hi, Kiba.
Hey, Kiba.
Well, ladies, if we've done it all, we've been here an hour, and I am like
Uh-huh.
took off at this point. It's
and it's hot and
it's
humid here, so I'm just like,
yeah, it's been a day, and I spent the majority of I had a farewell luncheon today for a friend that's moving away, so
Oh, bummer.
I was out and about in that heat, which is not fun.
No, it's not fun. Not fun.
And
But anyway, I am so glad you two ladies, Heather and Shari, I'm so
thank you for
glad you
inviting
two.
me.
thank you for inviting
Yes,
us. Yeah,
I was just gonna say
Yes.
you're welcome. I was just gonna say I'm so glad the two of you came. Thank you for investigating this with me. And you two are welcome back at any time.
thank you,
I love
ma'am.
having you here.
I'm glad I didn't look too much into it. I was able to just go into the blind. I think that allowed me to read it better, or at least more truthfully than if I had gone in with preconceived notions.
Yeah, true.
So
And thank you everybody for coming. Everybody in the
Yes.
chat,
Thank you.
Kiba and Allison and Shaw Woman and everybody else.
Amanda Carroll. Yep. I
Amanda
can't see
Carroll came
everybody,
here.
so
Hey,
Cherie, we had
Yep,
Cherie in here. We had Amanda. We had Nancy.
Sonia.
yep. Amanda's been here
Woohoo! Thank
for
you
quite
everybody
a
for
while.
coming. You guys rock.
Yeah, you had a pretty good little group here.
We did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, Tangi. Thank you, Tangi. Whoop, whoop.
That's right. Tangi was here too.
Thank
So
you.
Yep.
Thank you all for coming. And thank you for the support. Love you all. If you guys weren't here, we wouldn't be here either. Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.
Thank you, everybody.
bye,
Bye,
guys.
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.